now that we're done with that crime, let's get back to this kind of crime. That's right. We're doing some serious news coverage here at the Hasanabi News broadcast. We're back. We're live. We are going to be going to Tennessee, where 2 Tennessee lawmakers out of the 3 that were protesting alongside the students protesting for gun control were officially expelled from the state house for being mean and, causing chaos. Of course, the 2 lawmakers that were expelled were both young black men, whereas the 3rd lawmaker that was not expelled was a older white lady. I wonder why, or I wonder how that happened. Anyway, let's take a look.
Again this morning with the growing uproar after 2 black lawmakers were expelled from Tennessee's legislature. Democratic Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson were removed by Republicans for taking part in a pro-gun control protest inside the House chamber last week. The protest followed the Nashville school shooting that left 6 dead. A 3rd Democrat, Gloria Johnson, escaped expulsion by just 1 vote. Protesters at the state capitol denounced the vote, and President Biden called it shocking, undemocratic, and without precedent. Mark Strassman is outside the Capitol in Nashville. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Natalie. Never before has a Tennessee lawmaker, never mind 2 Tennessee lawmakers, been expelled on partisan grounds. But in a polarized country, the gloves are off.
They walked in hand as the Tennessee 3. Only 1 walked out, still a lawmaker. Tennessee Representatives Justin Jones, Gloria Johnson, and Justin Pearson addressed their colleagues in Nashville. But Americans all over were also watching.
We shall not bow.
I have to raise the voice of the people in my district.
Our silence about gun violence is the antithesis of what is in the best interest of the people of the state of Tennessee.
Power to the people.
Here's why the 3 Democrats had their seats on the line. Last week's protest on the State House floor with a bullhorn. They were angry about the lack of debate over gun laws after the slaughter at Nashville's Covenant School last week.
Just because you don't get your way, you can't come to the well, bring your friends, and throw a temper tantrum with an adolescent.
I hate that they're describing this as being a result of polarization. Fucking despicable shit the media does. Yes. One very important component of this news story that's like pretty cut and dry in many respects is the news coverage of it has been, I don't even want to say like lackluster, shitty. I feel like it's like deliberately awful. It has been, this is such an obvious miscarriage of justice. This is such an obvious undemocratic moment. Like, think about it. Marjorie Taylor Greene and others facilitated, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene and others facilitated in the January 6th insurrection, including Donald Trump. None of those people, and that event actually like led to people dying. This was an otherwise peaceful protest that was frustrating for the lawmakers in that moment. Frustrating for 2 reasons. 1, because they were yelling, and 2, because they don't want to do anything, and they absolutely they despise facing their constituents, right? There is no both siding this situation or making an equivalence, a false equivalence to how this is similar to making this a false equivalence to January 6th. Okay? The fact that the media is not covering it, on those terms, and how unimaginably undemocratic this is, that they just like literally utilized a bullshit fucking reason to expel 2 black lawmakers from the Tennessee State House of Representatives is mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. It's Tennessee though. Like, come on. But like, come on for the supposed liberal media, right? Aren't these guys supposed to be the libtards? Aren't they supposed to be like straight up biased? This is a very obvious thing that the Republicans did here. And I suspect that they will keep doing shit like this everywhere else as well. There was another example of this where there was a representative flip in North Carolina from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. Like, they are doing everything they can. They're engaging in every undemocratic thing that they can get away with.
Bullhorn.
Outraged Republicans here have a supermajority, more than enough votes to expel the 3 Democrats.
What is happening here today is a farce of democracy.
Justin Jones defended himself first.
Yeah, sorry. In North Carolina, a representative that was a Democrat flipped over to Republican, offering Republicans a majority in the state legislature.
Defiant, passionate, and voted out.
The jury, I hereby declare Representative Justin Jones
offering them a supermajority
of the 57 Representative District expelled.
Gloria Johnson went next, a former teacher who had a student die in a school shooting.
It's the guns. It's the people that have the guns, because we are not doing anything to make sure that people who are not safe don't have guns.
The measure to expel Johnson failed by 1 vote. Finally, Representative Justin Pearson spoke.
I don't personally want attention. What I want is attention on the issue of gun violence. But instead, we're here with the resolution you put up talking about expelling me for advocating for ending gun violence in the state of Tennessee.
The white lady never used the bullhorn, but was standing next to the 2 others that were using the bullhorn. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit, brother. Come on now. Like, that's what the fucking counter that they're using. If you ask the white lady herself, she openly stated what the fucking real reason was. You think they give a fuck about that? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. That also implies that, like, that also implies that, like, there's any justification for this expulsion. Like, come on, brother. I know that that's what they are saying. I know that's what the Republicans are saying, but they weren't even looking for plausible deniability in this circumstance. They weren't. If that was the case, for the record, all 3 of them would have had different charges. As a matter of fact, all 3 of the members of the House of Representatives that were up for expulsion were up on the same fucking charges. No, this was a very clear fuck you. Cope harder? Cope with what, dude? What you don't understand is none of these people have your best interests at heart. If you're coming in here to be like, I am totally on the side of the Republicans on this one in the state of Tennessee, okay, you're a fucking idiot, okay? Politicians are not looking out for you. And in the rare instance where one of them actually is, okay, or 2 of them or 3 of them actually are, all of a sudden, they get fucking ousted. You think that that's inappropriate. That's so, I think that that's inappropriate. You think that that's justifiable. That's so weird, dude. Not you, Hasan, the guy. Oh. Never mind. It's a misfire. I thought you were coming in hot, defending the fucking Tennessee state reps here. As a Tennessean, this is horrific to see. Chatter saying, fuck Tennessee. Remember that many leftists and liberal minorities exist here too. We were fighting a good fight just like everyone else. Yeah, also, like, even Tennessee Republicans don't deserve the shitty hand that they're dealt with, like, a lack of Medicaid expansion, for example. It doesn't matter if they're Republicans, okay? Poor Tennesseans are not getting what they could in this regard. I don't care. I don't think that it's only like the good Tennesseans or the people in Tennessee that have the right opinions that deserve a better form of governance. I think all Tennesseans deserve it, no matter what happens. It's the principle that I advocate for when I talk about Medicare for all. Right? Yeah. Status of state action on the Medicaid expansion decision. Look at that. For the record, there is no reason for this. There is no reason to not do this. This is just extra money that they would be getting from the federal government. This is just simply free money for the working poor, the poorest people in these states, to get health care coverage. That's it. Anyway, Rare Ohio W. No, that predates Ohio's right-wing expansion. That's why it's not a Rare Ohio W. It's just that, like, Ohio since then has become a fucking reactionary hellhole. It's these last couple election cycles that have, like, made Ohio more and more right wing. Anyway, we had to pass Medicaid expansion through a ballot initiative here in Idaho. Ever since, they've been trying to reduce the power of ballot initiatives. Yeah. That's a lot of the red states that have Medicaid expansion now, for the record. A lot of the red states that have Medicaid expansion had to vote it in through ballot measures. Okay? So understand that. Like, their politicians refuse to do it, refuse to take free money from the federal government to offer health care that is funded by the federal government, to offer health care to people, to offer Medicaid to all adults with incomes up to 138% of the federal poverty level, which is $20,000 for an individual in 2023, and provide states with an enhanced federal matching rate for their expansion populations. The most popular piece of legislation in America is a progressive ballot measure. Yeah. That tracks across the board, by the way. That tracks across the fucking board.
Tennessee.
Pearson, like Jones, expelled.
A state in which the Ku Klux Klan was founded, is now attempting another power grab by silencing the two youngest black representatives.
After the hearing, Johnson was asked why her seat was saved while the other two lawmakers lost theirs.
It might have to do with the color of our skin.
Yeah. She knows why it happened. Meanwhile, you still got motherfuckers chirping like, actually, that's not the reason. No. I said this yesterday. They could have very easily expelled her as well, and then they would have had a level of plausible deniability, right? They could have had a level of plausible deniability and been like, actually, you're racist for even acknowledging it. Actually, that's really fucked up that you're mentioning this because, like, the white lady got expelled too. No, they did it on purpose, okay? They did it on purpose. That doesn't happen by accident. Do you understand? I think the reason why they did it was to say, fuck you. The reason why they did it is the exact same reason why they came out of the gates originally. Okay? They came out of the gates originally and said, we're not going to fix it. When asked about what they will do in the aftermath of yet another mass shooting that took place in their state. I think it was more so just to say, fuck you. What are you going to do about it? Like I said, I think this was done intentionally. They could have easily been racist and then claim plausible deniability by expelling all 3 of the members. But they chose to expel only the 2 black men. I think that they wanted to openly show that they don't give a fuck. That they're doing it so you understand why they're doing it. Okay? The Tennessee Republicans already hated Justin Jones. Yeah. Here, trigger warning. Obviously, this is a this is not real, but it's a hanged person. A Good Friday presentation at St. Mary's Catholic Church on the Highway 45 bypass alarmed a few of our readers this morning, but according to organizers within the church, the mannequin hanging from a tree behind the church is meant to symbolize Judas Iscariot. He's the disciple who betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver and later hung himself out of guilt. The organizers also said the display will be taken down later today. Tennessee is fucking insane, dog. Like, look at this shit. Look how fucking terrifying this is, dude. Also, from afar, you wouldn't immediately think, oh, this must be a Jesus display. It looks like it was a black person that they hanged. Anyway, it's not real, for the record. That's why I showed it to you. Yeah, bro, the burning cross on my lawn is because I love Christ with a burning passion. Make no mistake. Anyway, why are you saying TOS, Lucky Pom Pom? That's not a real. It is a display put up by a church. It's not a real person that was hanged. You are my moderator. Come on now.
Allegations of racism were both part of the debate and the reaction after the vote. White Republicans expelled 2 lawmakers, both young black men. Both Jones and Pearson could run for their seats again in a special election. But the question in the minds of a lot of people here is, should they really have to?
Yeah, that's, by the way, only at the end of the fucking article did they actually genuinely say what is going on here. You know what I mean?